Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Options Trading for Income Weekly Update for April 6th, 2015. Before we get going, we would like to remind you that the presentation is for educational purposes only. We're not broker-dealers or financial advisors, and we're not making any specific trade recommendations. Also, please be aware that the risk of loss in trading options can be substantial, so please be aware of all your risks prior to placing any trades. And also please note that we are using hypothetical computer simulated trades in the presentation. However, the results are believed to be as accurately represented as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube or some other venue, come on over to our website, check out our programs. We have the M3, the Bearish Butterfly, the Locke, the M21, and lots of great one-on-one coaching programs. Also become part of our inner circle. Join our mailing list, get your free reports, 7 secrets to becoming a successful trader, and sign up for this free weekly webinar. And as always, stay tuned for our programs currently under development. We have the super simple spread trades, which is due to be out this month, possibly by the end of the week. We're just kind of waiting on SMB to get that stuff put together and up on their website and to get the process going. So that should be going very, very soon. As far as our advanced position live seminar, that's going to be May 18th and 19th. Like I said, we still have a couple of seats available for that. Not many, though. It's going to be shutting down pretty soon. So if you're interested in doing that, you should let me know as soon as possible. Make sure you get in there. Also, I got Trading Triangle book coming out in the fall. Hopefully, like I said, we'll be working on these Trading Triangle courses in the book as quickly as possible as soon as we get through this APM program. And from there, next year, we're going to start putting in some directional stuff, which would be really cool. All right, so excuse me, I got a question here. What is the price for the SSS? I believe it's going to come out at $6.95, but I'm not 100% sure where they're going to place that. So I'm sure they're going to have some sort of a promotion for the launch. Like I said, SMB, the programs I do jointly with SMB, they actually have control of where things are going to be priced, but I do have my input on it. But ultimately they price the stuff. So as far as I know, they're going to come out at $6.95. So be a great that. Okay, so let's move forward here and take a look at what's going on in the markets. So as of last week, if we were talking Monday, I was expecting the markets in general and the Russell to move up. We're a little bit bullish as of Monday. We did get an up move on Monday. However, we got a sell-off again on Tuesday. If you look at the sell-off in the other indices, right, we got a nice bounce on Monday. We sold right back off on Tuesday and Wednesday back to our more primary support levels. Wasn't expecting that deep of a pullback, but that's okay. I kind of expected this to follow through a little bit more. You know, that said, nothing unusual here. We just pulled back to a support level. We got a bounce on Thursday. Friday, the employment report come out. We have the futures who are obviously off pretty hard on Friday over that report, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. We're still down 1050 in the Russell futures. What we're probably looking at here is the markets are probably going to come back down, try and test the support level again on the SPX, on the Dow, possibly down into the 17.6 area, and on the NASDAQ. Where we go from here, nobody knows, right? So so it looks like we're probably going to come down and try to at least test these levels again today. If we get a breakdown from there, then the Russell's probably going to pull to its support level. I mean, if you look what the Russell did last week, it hardly pulled back at all. As a matter of fact, it really didn't pull back on that whole fairly severe market pullback in the not severe, but significant pullback in the SPX and in the Dow. You know, Russell was still maintaining some really good strength here. So if those indices do break down, we're probably looking at coming down between 1225 and 1210, depending on the timing of the breakdowns to the next support level on the other indices. If they hold up and have a significant bounce, we'll probably break into new highs in the Russell. So right now, not sure which direction we're going to go, but I am going to watch the other indices to see how they react to that support level, and that's going to give us an idea of where this is going to go from there. So we're kind of in wait-and-see mode for the week. As far as the positions go, obviously we didn't get a whole lot of movement in the Russell, so not a whole lot going on there. I will just drag this up and take you through a couple of adjustments that were made, primarily on the M3 trade. So if you remember, the Bearish Butterfly is already closed down for the month. That was a good month for that. As far as the M3 trade goes, as of last week, this is the position we were in. We were in 1,200 butterflies. We had 7 1,200 1220 verticals and 3 1,200 1230s. Here is what our position looked like. A little bit outside the tent here, but nothing too concerned to worry about. I'm going to have to shut down option view for a second because it's not showing my T log. So I apologize for this, guys. Let me shut down. I have to do a force shutdown on this. All right, just a few little technical glitches here. Let me go into back trader. We'll go back again till Monday. Let's go to 1,500 to make sure we were in that position. There we go. That's better. Right. So yeah, nothing happened here on Monday. Even with the bounce, we're still within our guidelines, so no issues there. We'll show you guys this again. I apologize for the technical difficulties today. That happens on occasion. So here we are. We are March 30th, Monday. This is the way we were left off as of last week. If we come to Thursday, here we are, minus 63 delta. We're outside our tent. Our position looks like this. Not a big deal being outside the tent here, but it is a big deal having our delta being out a little bit out of range. So we're going to come in here and do 5, 12, 20, 12, 30s, bring our delta down to minus 32. Here's our position going into the weekend. So nice position there. If we take the rock trade, our rock trade as of Monday, when the last time we talked, let me switch over to the rock trade. If you remember right, we had a positive delta problem, so we kicked back into cat position, and we had a fairly large up move on Monday. We actually hit the delta limits within cat position, which is minus 150. So we had a delta of minus 210 here. So that being the case, we shifted these butterflies back up again and popped ourselves back into our rock position. So here we are at 1210 with our butterflies. If we move ahead to 330, we roll the butterflies back up to 1230. We're back in 2/3 rock position, which looks like this. And if we move this forward, there were no further adjustments to this position here. And as of Thursday, this is what we look like. So we're still within our maximum delta limits, which now that we're on back in rock position is minus 250. Here we have trades, what we look like as of currently, and here is what we have for a T-log with this. If you remember, we started this as an M3. We converted over into a rock trade. We kicked back into a cat position, and then we're back into a rock trade again. So we'll see how this goes moving forward. If we look at the next position here, which is our April V Condor, this actually had no adjustments, so we'll just kind of take a look here at where we're sitting. We are in the center of the position. We are, looks like we're going to be starting to have to pull this V out if the market doesn't actually move up. We're going to be looking at pulling this out. Let me back this out a little bit so that I can actually see what's going on here. Right, so if we're down today, there's a good chance we'll be pulling this V out, possibly just completely out as of today. Should be a decent month for this trade, so it's looking good. Here is the T-log for that. Again, this was entered and we've had no adjustments, so nice going there. Let's see, if we have, that's the last of our April trades. So we just take a quick look at our May trades, which didn't require any adjustments this week or last week. But if we take a look at our May M3 trade, this is the position we were sitting in. I believe this is the position we had to roll up to, right? So we started back here at the 1240 butterflies. We ended up having to roll up to where we are now. And this position here is just at 1220. We are running a nice delta number here. We're nicely positioned in the tent, so no issues with that. Let me just, oh yeah, and that's as of today. So this is looking good. It's down a little bit of money, but like I said, we started and we had a decent up move after we started. As far as our next trade here, we have our May Bearish Butterfly, which is simply a set of 1240 butterflies. This trade has had no adjustments since inception. It's currently up about $930. And of course, if the market breaks down, this is looking, really nice. If we can break down into the 1210 area here, would make a quick little profit there. Well, we still have a couple of weeks left, so we wouldn't want that to happen right away anyway. But that's what that's looking like there. And last but not least is going to be the May V Condor, which if we take a look at this trade, was essentially put on and has required no adjustments since inception. This trade is actually up a little bit of money and it's doing fine. So that's really all we have for positions this week. Not a whole lot of adjustments moving around. The market's kind of at a decision point. I think even if the S&P break down, I think we're going to get a reasonably large move in the Russell. However, if we take a look at the charts here, I think we'll get a reasonably large move, but I do think we're going to probably hold this either the 1225 or certainly the 1210 level if that happens. Unless the markets completely fall apart. So that being the case, April trades look like they're doing fine. If we get a good bounce in the indices and we end up going higher, that's a different story. That's going to be a little bit more problematic for us. So, a breakout from here puts our next target up at the, let's see here, puts our next reversal target up around the 1310 area. So, and even though the Russell is kind of overextended, if we take a look at the SPX, very easily run from where we are now to another 60 points higher, just to stay in range here. So that's 60 points on the Russell. If you do the math, 60 points from here puts us at around 1310. So those numbers are working out well for that area. Should we break out higher? But, like I said, we could go either way here. And, of course, there's always a scenario where everything just tends to go sideways. But that's what I'm thinking there. Am I looking at intraday delta on the rock trade or just looking at the end of the day? Generally, on the rock trade, I am looking at them intraday, but I'm not adjusting by them intraday. So, in other words, I have kind of like a dual delta limit on the trades. So if I go back to my rock trade, and I close this out, if I go back to my rock trade, generally I have a minus 250 delta limit, which is going to put me at an adjustment like right around here. If I double that to like I can't double that here because that's going to put me down too far. So generally, I'm not going to sit here intraday and watch this and adjust it at 250. I'm going to wait it out probably till I get about 10 points past that. So let me just widen this out a little bit to something that's more realistic so we can see this better. So here, my first adjustment point at this point is 250-ish, right? So that's going to be at about 1258. If I hit double my end of day limit, like minus 500, then I'm definitely going to do something with that, which isn't till way out here, which is still before my maximum loss number. But the reality is I'm not going to want to wait that long. So I'm going to take, so generally I'm going to use double my maximum delta. On the downside, I'm certainly going to use double my maximum delta. So here on the downside, if I'm doing plus 100, I probably wouldn't touch this to around plus 1235 or so. On the upside, because it's so far till I hit double my limit, I'd start looking at putting some stuff in here at around probably, I'd say 1265. So about a 10 plus point move to the upside. I'd start. I would hit something intraday with this, but in general, I'm going to ignore it as far as my regular delta guidelines go. How am I doing? Am I getting better with my time commitments? Yes. Thank you, Ray, for asking. Yeah. I'm going to be full-time pushing to get this APM program done. Once that's done, then yeah, I'm going to be taking a little bit of break. I'm actually, you'll be seeing an announcement soon with our new one-on-one mentor, who's going to be dealing with pretty much all the newer people. He's an excellent trader, and we'll be getting that out. It'll be a privilege for any, for people to work with him. He's just really great. And we're getting that stuff together, and we'll be pushing forward again to get you guys more support, whoever is looking for it. So things are going better. Things are looking up. We're just we're in the reorganizing process, and we're doing really well. Thank you for asking. All right. So are there any other questions? If there's nothing else. Okay, so just actually before we go, quick question. How do we get more information about the SSS? We'll be getting more information about that to you. SMB is going to start doing promotions. I actually have an interview with Andrew Feld this afternoon, which I don't think is going to be live. I think he's going to record it and then email it out to everybody. It's going to talk about the program and some other things. So there'll be more information there. And again, you guys will be getting information with the costs and stuff if you're interested in that particular program. As far as the APM program, with more information, just email me with that. And like I said, that's going to be we're going to tape that and make that available for sale afterwards. I don't have a whole lot of spaces left. I'm only going to allow maybe 3 more people in there. So like I said, if you're interested in that, and plus we only want the more people who are experienced in there. So in the APM course, it's a very high-level course, and if you're interested in going in that, then just contact me. I'll give you any information that you need. We'll get on the phone, whatever we need to do, or email, and I'll get that out to you. How do I keep the track of the adjustment points of all my trades? Very easy. Well, first of all, we're basically checking them end of day for the most part. So I'm not sitting here. As you guys know, I have a lot of other things going on, and we can't sit in front of the computer and watch trades all day. So essentially, I just have like a spreadsheet. I have all my adjustment points, approximate price level of concern, as we say. So when I hit a price level of concern, I go in and I make my movements. And a big part of that is pretty much knowing everything I'm going to do in advance. So all my trades are very well planned out. I know before the market opens what price points I'm going to have challenges with intraday, what price points I'm going to have challenges with at the end of the day. And I know which adjustments I'm going to make if those price points are hit. So everything's all pre-planned. If those price points aren't hit during the day, I don't really worry about it. So, and we just kind of move on. The V-Condor course is going to be part of the SSS program. So that's going to be available. Like I said, when that comes out, which may be this week or definitely by next week, that should be all set. Well, thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.